Ну вот пиздец, ютубу. Ну это пизда нахуй. Бля, вот так вот хочется отдохнуть. Тебе не съебаться, но. Бля, охуенно. Охуенный контент.
What a beautiful spot. First things first, I need to find a place to sleep. It needs to be sandy, flat, and dry.
Говорит, надо место для ночлега.
Looks like more ice.
И лед.
More frozen water.
На льду нихуя не был.
More ice there.
Тоже говорит.
I can see some gravel under that log.
Бля, как ему не... Блять. Ты приехал бы в нашу...
This log is frozen to the ground, so gotta free that.
Хату построят, прикиньте себе. На ночлег. На льду. Кстати, снег очень сильно тепло держит. Это правда. Так что это нормальная тема.
I'm a little worried about my sleeping situation though. I need dry sand or gravel to sleep on. Now, I've got clean gravel here, got clean gravel here, but I've got a giant frozen puddle right here with probably 3 to 5 gallons of water frozen. So I need to go and thaw out this ground and dry it out in order to be able to sleep on some warm, dry gravel. Melting ice takes a lot of heat and energy. It's going to take a lot of fuel, a lot of fire, and a lot of time to thaw this all out.
Шел, короче, он добыть тоже жидкость. Его разводить. Будет укреплять еще конструкцию деревом, наверное.
There's a lot of wood around here, but it's all frozen and covered in snow. I luckily found a little stash of some dry stuff. Look at all this. This is bone dry driftwood. That is going to help me out a lot. Got all this nice dry wood. I want to keep it dry. I'm not going to lay it down in the snow.
Да, это, скорее всего, для костра. Это вот точило. Вот это, блин, кстати, нихуевая тема такая. Бля, вообще халява. Вообще просто пиздец. Ну все, типа тут самое такое огонь добыть. Сейчас со щепочками нормально разведется. Блять. Да, и так вот сейчас это все. Это он, я думал, он там будет что-то под ночлег строить, а он прям что-то как-то захуярил, ебать, огромный костер. Зачем, правда? для готовки.
It's getting hot in there, but I gotta keep adding wood.
Дерево
Chopping and hauling
хуёвое.
for
Горит.
4 hours now. Gotta keep going.
Дерево так. Бля, есть по качеству? Бля, лобзик у него пиздатый.
I am exhausted. That is a lot of wood. I can feel the heat of the fire all the way over here. And that heat is getting stored inside that big log and in the gravel and in the surroundings. That is hot. I want to get in there and start fussing with it, but it's so hot it's hard to stand near that thing. I'm just going to kind of let this fire die down a bit so I can get in there, and then I'll start scraping the coals around and we'll see what we got underneath.
Он хочет, наверное, поджечь большое дерево. Или почву. Почву, наверное.
Coming along better than I thought. Right over here is all thawed and mostly dried. So I'm going to dig this down really deep, pile it all up right here, make a nice little trench. I'm going to build a fire over this frozen part to thaw it out. I'm going to put some fire in that trench as well.
А, блин, у него Аляска Winter, no sleeping bag. У него нету с собой хуйни для сна этого пакета, блядь. А я думаю, что за хуйня, ебать. Что он делает? Теперь я, я понимаю, в принципе, что он делает. Он сейчас вот это все типа, блядь, от снега, типа, зачистит и спать там, типа. Делать. Бля, он вообще заебался, наверное, мне кажется. Очень тяжело это. Прям пиздец.
Alright, I'm gonna let all this new firewood dry. And once it's dry, I'm gonna stack it up. Well, right now the fire's going where my bed's going to be, so I'm going to move the big pieces of wood over to where the fire pit's going to be. I'm going to try to get a fire going over there. Then we're going to take care of the bed.
Ну, он типа ждет и копает под землю. Наверное, такой.
Alright, got a nice bed of coals, some really hot sand. We're gonna spread it out nice and even. Get my bed ready.
Да, он сказал, что кровать его готова. Ну, я не думаю, что он, конечно, так будет спать.
I'm trying to bury the coals with the dry sand so that it doesn't extinguish the coals. It just kind of smothers them.
Бля, ну как он заебался.
Well, just for fun, I brought along one of these laser thermometers, and we're going to take some readings of the ground and see how well this sand and these coals radiate heat. On top of the coals, right now, we're getting about 108. Over here, we're getting like 115, and we're getting like 130 right here. So it's about 100 degrees on top of the coals, but we have a few hot spots where it's over 130 degrees. Oh my, it is toasty in here. Just getting the heat from the fire and from the wood and from the ground. But I am hungry. I think I need to start cooking some food. This bread dough that I made up, and it needs to rise just a little bit. So I'm gonna get it warm. So I'm just gonna lay it down on this warm gravel I'm sitting on.
А он типа будет готовить так еду, охуеть.
And I got some honey and butter in this little jar here. Let that honey and butter melt right there.
Бля, ну, кстати, удобно. Пиздато придумал, пацан, мужик. Бля, очень, очень, на самом деле. Фейк. А, ебать, ну просто на угли кидал, пацан. Это хули ему.
Let's check out our temperature here. That 320 on the surface. Man, that's pretty close to what I would
Бля, ну не увидел.
in a skillet. That's pretty cool.
Бля, так уебали бы такой вкусняшечку.
For having cooked that just on the coals, that is a pretty beautiful medium. Look at that.
Верю, верю, верю.
Man, that hits the spot.
Хлеб? А, он типа хлеб будет. Лепешечку чисто так сделал, ебать. Нихуя себе. Просто ебать. Хлебушком сейчас бэмс. Бля, ну без спального мешка пиздец какой. Я бы, наверное, я бы смог, блядь, конечно, блин, даже. Ладно, у меня там тоже.
It's about 10:30 at night right now, and I
Sure.
need to start thinking about getting ready for bed here. I'm gonna bust out my blanket.
Мне вот интересно спать как.
Blankets when you're sleeping next to the fire, because they're fire retardant. You want to be really careful when sleeping next to fires. Before we get ready for bed, let's see what the temperature of the ground is. Got 74 degrees right there.
23 градуса. Ну как будто холодно спать.
72.
22.
So definitely a lot cooler.
Да не, как будто пиздец, как будто. Что это? Бля, ебать, он прямо около костра будет спать. Если так вот повернулся рукой, въебался, это минус рука. Да. Если видос вышел, наверное. Блядь, ну что ты делаешь? Ебать.
I'm just sitting here drying my socks and shoes, and I can hear the ice moving on the frozen lake behind me. It's groaning and cracking, and you can hear ice sheets being pushed up on top of one another. It's pretty cool, actually. Look at all that steam coming out of my boot. That's water. That water will make you cold. Well, my sons, Tom, Nate, and Jake, have been coming with me on a lot of these campouts. I bet a lot of you are wondering where they are. Well, Tom and Nate had school, so they couldn't come. And Jake, well...
Jake должен к нему.
Hey, Jacob, you want to go camping with me?
I want to visit Mom.
Короче, понятно. Кто тут? Я проснулся, холодно стало. Бля, ну это пиздец. Ботинки.
A lot of this wood needs to get dried out too, so I gotta do that as well.
Бля, да он же не спит по факту. Как?
Oh, it's nice to lay down. My back's killing me. I'm gonna sit here and watch a movie and kind of relax. We'll just kind of take it easy. It's a lovely night tonight. Well, it's been about 5 hours since I buried the coals. Let's check the temperatures. Got 89 degrees.
Ну, 32 нормально еще вроде.
76 and 59. Definitely still got heat. Man, you can still feel it. Here's my pillow for tonight.
Бля, очень опасно. Не знаю. Прям, ну...
I must have been tired because it's 5 a.m. and I slept pretty good. So I stoked the fire up
Говорит, нормально поспал.
really nice. My feet are really cold. So I rolled some logs down that way and built a fire.
Мне кажется, все-таки надо было конструкцию снега чуть более.
Oh, good morning. It's actually 9 o'clock. Well, the ground's really hard, but I'm warm. The fire by my feet is keeping my feet warm. I feel some warmth in the ground still.
Бля, вот
Not
эти вот
fun, but a little bit.
хрень, ну,
Usually when I sit on the ground, it just sucks all the heat out of
очень
you.
хуй.
I mean, even in the summertime, but not now. It's pretty nice.
Говорит, хорошо ему, блин, пиздато.
Oh, my back. Didn't melt my boots. Always a concern. Well, I'm curious to see how warm the gravel is. 46. I mean, that's still pretty good. 71. So we got about 60 degrees here, and we got about 22 degrees over here. So yeah, big difference. I'll tell you what, sleeping on 70-degree gravel versus ice and water makes a huge difference.
Бля, какой он чубазый.
Smoked pork jowl bacon. All right, we got
Сальцо,
it up here. Let's start cooking. Oh, I need a better dinner plate, so we're gonna make one.
Ну, видно, что у него уже
Look
сил.
at that. Just cook the face of it till it's nice and crispy. Then you slice a little bit off the edge, eat it, put it back on the fire, crisp up the next beef. Look at that. I still got some honey butter left. I'm gonna make me another piece of flatbread.
Бля, вот
Because
вообще,
dough is
прикинь, он
almost
просто
frozen. Gotta let
даже
it warm up a little bit.
застонал.
There we go. Lovely piece of warm bread. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this.
Бля, никогда, кстати, не попал с беконом. А вы-то?
Wow, it's so good. Smoked meat, butter, wheat, flour. These are all survival foods of the past. They're so delicious. I love them. Oh, that was good. I'll tell you what, building a big bonfire and burying my coals worked great, kept me warm, and this was really comfortable. But it reminds me of that movie, Jeremiah Johnson. Robert Redford plays this mountain man, and an old timer shows him this trick. And in the movie, it looks super easy. They just dig a hole and throw some coals in it. And it's a fun movie, but it's not accurate. If you've got 2 feet of snow on the ground,
Ебать у тебя фан-мувит, бля, пацан. Пошел в Аляску, ебать, посидел около костра, блядь.
Additionally, you need the right type of soil. You got to have something dry. If you throw wet, mucky stuff on top of your coals, you'll just put them out. Additionally, if you go into the woods over there, you're going to have 12 to 18 inches of moss and organic matter on top of the soil, and you've got to burn all the way through that stuff before you can even get to the soil. And it takes hours to burn your campfire down to soil when you build a campfire in there. So you really need coarse sand or pea gravel or something like that. So it has to be like a
Я видосы смотрю, голову мне.
frozen beach or a sand pile or
У
something.
меня, блядь, колда ебаная нахуй не качается, блядь. А у меня нахуй весь прогресс слетело, блядь.
And in survival situations, time is a scarce resource. But I'll tell you what, if you have the opportunity and the resources to do this, it works really well. Sleeping on 70-degree sand as opposed to 10-degree ice makes all the difference in the world. Well, guys, it's been fun. I think it's time to pack this party up. Once again, if you guys are gonna do this, make sure you use a real wool blanket. If you use a synthetic blanket, it'll melt when sparks land on it.
Лобсику, вообще что за...
Ah, she's been a good shelter, but it's time to go home.
Ведь нормально у меня бункер, ебать.
This has been a beautiful spot and a wonderful trip. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed filming it. If you guys want to see more amazing camping adventures, check out the Camping Adventure playlist from the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, and don't forget to click subscribe. We put out new videos every Saturday morning. I'll see you then. If you like this video, don't forget to check out the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel, where we have
50 за трек, 150, если стану. Ты мне хочешь сказать, чтобы я такие эти расценки поставил себе на караоке мне петь? Я вроде задержки не узнаю. Прям сейчас, прям тут контента завести. А какой тебе трек? А какой тебе танец? Вот этот? Заказывал? Да, у меня вроде не стоит. А, у меня музыка есть, кстати. А помню, пенис. Ой.